Portugal here go Béla Haunish and you, where we have the county minor final between Knockmore from North Mayo and Swinford from East Mayo. Positional changes on both teams. Both county players, Kevin O'Neill and Paul Cunny, coming to midfield, both wearing number 11. This is Paul Cunny, played in the All-Ireland final a few weeks ago for Mayo. Early attack for Swinford coming across is Declan Sweeney for Knockmore, cutting out the danger. Philip Breslin, Kevin O'Neill, decides top scorer throughout the campaign. Shane Sweeney, but out played there by Paul Cunny. Paul, a player who can play both in defence and attack, playing at midfield today. Swinford, who defeated Claremorris in the semi-final on Tuesday night last. Paul to take the free. Right in towards full forward. Gary Smith breaks away. Swinford mentor, just John Morden, giving a drink out of the bottle of water to Paul Cunny, his second place kick of the game. Swinford have a towering figure in Gary Smith at full forward, where he marks the Mayo minor Thomas Burke. This is in towards Smith now, breaks inside. Thomas Burke, swung around by Michael Smith it was. Declan Sweeney to Liam McHale. In towards David Monaghan. Fouled there though by Michael Murta. Free in for Knockmore. Referee Jack Kane of Castlebar giving the decision there. Right inside towards Stephen Hannock, the full forward. He has it, been fouled and wins the free. Knockmore, of course, playing with number 17 Graham O'Hara at left corner forward. That's because of the unavailability of Fergus Sweeney, who was sent off in the semi-final against Borrishrule. This free now for Kevin O'Neill. Kevin, who has supplied some great goals for Knockmore in this year's campaign, opening today scoring with that point. Almost 3 minutes of play. John Dunn with the kick out, a well-known soccer goalkeeper as well. Luckily the elements in our favour today so far. Sunny day, breezy conditions, but not all that breezy, not as bad as we'd expected. Now Paul Cunny still going through. Cunny, an energetic player, kicking. It's flagged, a point apiece after 3.5 minutes of play. Come on. Two members of the press corps and working here today, John Melvin of the Connacht Telegraph and Ivan Neal. John, of course, the more senior figure there. Will follow the play. Paul Cunny again, high. Gary Smith is in there, fisted down. Oh, cleared off the line by the left corner back, Brendan Ryder. Some anxiety there for Knockmore. Gary Smith appeared to be very close to the small square. Tony Morley, the Mayo senior player, just moving in to place the ball. He's linesman today. Lots of movement in the Swinford forward line. I'd say Paul might opt for a shot on goal. Right in. It's a good one. 2 points to 1. 5 minutes of play. Marty Rockneen. Paul Cunny bursting through. This is Terry McNulty kicking. Swinford have opened a 2-point lead. 3 points to 1. Terry McNulty the scorer. This game, of course, the first leg of a triple header here at Ballyhonest. That's Declan Sweeney's kick out. Well taken by Brian Williams. Owen O'Connell Terry McNulty's on his left. He tries to go around. Sean Burke wins the free. Coming forward to take it is Paul Cunney. .46 or 47 yards from the Knockmore goal. He's been in good form with his place kick so far. Another good one from Paul Cunney. Declan Sweeney. 4 points to 1 for Swinford. A good start. They have the breeze at their backs, but they're certainly making good use of their chances. Here's Jimmy Conlon, a sub in the Mayo minor team. Inside with Tom McNamara was adjudged to have fouled Kieran Hurst. Hurst with the free himself. Brian Williams fouled by Liam McHale. Paul Cunney again deployed as the place kicker. Michael Smith making the forward run. Hops over the bar. Some jitters there in the Knockmore goal mouth. It seemed to go over unassisted from Paul Cunney's free from 54 yards. So 5-1 the scoreline. Liam McHale, Jimmy Conlon now in towards Tom McNamara. He lets it slip. Kieran Hurst on top early on there. Seemed to pick up a knock. Referee Jack Kane said they overcarried the ball. Kevin O'Neill spots an opening inside. He's targeting Graham O'Hora, but John Dunn has no difficulty in shepherding that ball wide. John Dunn. Kevin O'Neill, a chance for him to show some of his forward line talents. Michael Smith winning it this time, and right across towards the half-back, Michael Murta. This is Martin Holleran. Shane Sweeney tackling, but it's intercepted well by John O'Connor. Kevin O'Neill now. David Monaghan. Shane Sweeney. In deep to Graham O'Hora, right across the goal. Tom McNamara been panicked there, but it falls to the left half back, or the Paul Cunney, I think it is, coming clear with the ball. Indeed it is. Paul up towards Gary Smith, but Tom Burke is coming out towards Smith, knocks it down, knocks it forward to Marty Rockney, coming across to the left wing. John O'Connor is the tackling player. Line ball Swinford. Paul Cunney. Philip Breslin got the boot in. It's another line ball for Swinford. Cunney right across. Dangerous one there. Gary Smith came in, but Jimmy Conlon it was who relieved the danger at the expense. And Paul Cunney, his name having featured in this video more often than anybody else so far. Another probing kick, broken down. Swinford creating some chances in around goal, but perhaps they would be better advised to continue their policy of seeking points. Sean Burke. This is Kevin O'Neill, son of the former Galway star, former Mayo manager Liam. Brian Williams breaks it down to Tom McNamara, trying to slope his way through, low to Liam McHale, right across towards Stephen Hannick. Hannick gets it into his hands, and a neat point from the Knockmore lads. Just when we thought that Swinford were gaining total control, they pulled the deficit back to 3 points, 5 points to 2. John Dunn. Conlon comes up high, pushes in the back.
Make sure who's free it is, make sure who's free it is.
Michael Murta. Very high in towards Gary Smith. Smith is there, tries to knock it back to Terry McNulty, but it's a line ball for Knockmore. Sean Burke to Declan Sweeney. In towards Stephen Hannick again. Eamon Highland is a Swinford full back and he gains possession. Short to Owen O'Connell. Oh, bad pass, Liam McHale. David Monaghan, but Knockmore. Liam McHale has the ball. Kevin O'Neill is on his left. McHale shooting towards goal. Knocked in by Stephen Hannick, but it's saved on the line by John Dunn. Bad clearance though as far as Tom McNamara, right in towards Dunn again. This time Dunn opts for safety. The lengthy clearance, Sean Burke and Terry McNulty falls to Jimmy Conlon. Strong on the ball to Tom McNamara. Fouled from behind by Michael Smith.
Oh, no short balls in there, long down.
Is that for a Belgian man?
Huh?
Is it Belgian man?
From Dirty though.
Huh?
From Dirty.
No.
Kevin O'Neill with the free. Just over 40 yards from the target. Oh, slices off his boot. David Monaghan making some room. Good ball inside to Graham O'Hora, the diminutive corner forward. O'Hora shoots across. John Dunn claims for a 50. This is Paul Cunney. Just one player in the Knockmore full forward, the Swinford full forward line now. That's Gary Smith. Here's Terry McNulty, or Michael Costello it was. Cleared though by Brendan Ryder for Knockmore, coming to Kevin O'Neill. Against Michael Smith, almost goes around Michael Smith, gets fouled in the process, drop kick free. Stephen Hannick is down, this is Jimmy Conlon. Paul Cunney though is the player who relieves that situation for Swinford. Marty Rockney now. Owen O'Connell. Short to Martin Holleran. Across towards Marty Rockney, but a little bit of over elaboration. Brendan Ryder stealing in for Knockmore. Some mistakes now by Swinford. Knockmore attack is an air of menace about it this time. Tom McNamara. But it does seem that Swinford have greater physical strength in that area, winning those 50-50 challenges more often than not. Conlon now. Kevin O'Neill. Jinking. Taking on the Swinford defence. They need some score now, Knockmore. This is Shane Sweeney. Left-footed, high. An excellent goal against the Breeze. 5 points to 3. Knockmore gradually showing some of the form which has brought them to this county final after some titanic struggles along the way. 5 points to 3. John Dunn. Now Liam McHale, Knockmore coming into this game with a bang. Inside is Graham O'Hora. Good ball to O'Hora coming across the Swinford full back. Shot from O'Hora. 1 point between the teams. John Dunn. Paul Cunney. Swinford have gone out of this game a little bit. Brendan Ryder for Knockmore. Terry McNulty losing his footing. Declan Sweeney. Sean Burke. Jimmy Conlon. Paul Cunney tackling. Sean Burke again. Close play from Knockmore. Kevin O'Neill sweeps it out the wing to Shane Sweeney making the run. John O'Connor. Sweeney in possession. O'Neill calling for it again in the middle. Foul from behind on Michael Murtagh. Marty Rockney. Marty's kick in towards Gary Smith and Tom Burke. Owen O'Connell. Short to Martin Holleran. Across towards Marty Rockney, but a little bit of over elaboration. Brendan Ryder stealing in for Knockmore. Some mistakes now by Swinford. Knockmore attack is an air of menace about it this time. Tom McNamara. But it does seem that Swinford have greater physical strength in that area, winning those 50-50 challenges more often than not. Conlon now. Kevin O'Neill. Jinking. Taking on the Swinford defence. They need some score now, Knockmore. This is Shane Sweeney. Left-footed, high. An excellent score against the Breeze. 5 points to 3. Knockmore gradually showing some of the form which is brought into this county final after some titanic struggles along the way. 5 points to 3. John Dunn. Now Liam McHale, Knockmore coming into this game with a bang. Inside is Graham O'Hora. Good ball to O'Hora coming across the Swinford full back. Shot from O'Hora. 1 point between the teams. John Dunn. Paul Cunny. Swinford have gone out of this game a little bit. Brendan Ryder for Knockmore. Terry McNulty losing his footing. Declan Sweeney. Sean Burke. Jimmy Conlon. Paul Cunny tackling. Sean Burke again. Close play from Knockmore. Kevin O'Neill sweeps it out the wing to Shane Sweeney making the run. John O'Connor. Sweeney in possession. O'Neill calling for it again in the middle. Foul from behind on Michael Murtagh. Marty Rockneen. Marty's kick in towards Gary Smith and Tom Burke. Knocked inside. Brendan McHugh is off his line and clears the danger. Marty Rockneen. Paul Cunny actually. Paul fouled according to the referee. Free in for Swinford. The injured player requiring some treatment. Left-footed kick. Another point for Swinford. 6 points to 4. Marty Rockney the scorer. Where did the heads go? Declan Sweeney's kick out. Just 20 minutes gone in the game. Michael Murtagh now for Swinford, a high one. As has been the Swinford option on occasion today, but it hops off the upright. Michael Costello claiming that there should have been a 50 there. Yeah. Declan Sweeney. Some dispute about the decision there by the umpire. Kevin O'Neill for Swinford, but this is the strong figure of Michael Smith. Short to Paul Cunny, misdirected. Sweeney towards Liam McHale, now playing at right half forward, even though numbered at 12. Gets away from Brian Williams this time. This is David Monaghan. Shane Sweeney, good attack from Knockmore. Can they finish it off with a score? Sweeney, left-footed. He's wide this time with his left-footed effort. He had better luck from a similar distance earlier on. 6 points to 4. John Dunn. Michael Murtagh knocking it down, but fouled from behind according to the referee. Michael has the option of taking this free from his hands. Strong breeze favouring Swinford. High towards Michael Costello. Running inside is Paul Gardner. Brendan Ryder comes out with the challenge into Gardner now. Philip Breslin is in pursuit as well. Back to Costello. Good movement on the right wing from Swinford. Costello shooting. Oh, wide again though. Swinford trying to bring this title back to East Mayo after Kilchimach won it last year. This is Liam McHale. Knockmore must be happy with their first half performance considering the strength of that breeze, and as I speak it gets a little bit stronger. Kevin O'Neill left-footed quickly in towards Stephen Hannick. There also is Eamon Highland, now taken by Tom McNamara. Oh, bad pass to Knockmore forwards, failing to string it together. Brian Williams. Martin Holleran. Or Paul Cunny, very similar in appearance to Holleran actually. This is Michael Costello and Philip Breslin winning for Knockmore. Short to Sean Burke. Kevin O'Neill. The St. Jarlath's College player O'Neill played at centre half forward for Mayo Miners in the All-Ireland final. Now is there a chance for Knockmore here? Eamon Highland, Stephen Hannick. Highland holding on but losing it then. Graham O'Hora fouled by two Swinford defenders. Brian Williams takes a knock into the face. It's a Knockmore free. Shane Sweeney placing it. Perhaps Kevin O'Neill will take it though. He's moving ominously towards that position. A glance at the forward line there shows that yes indeed Swinford defenders are taller than the Knockmore forwards, because it's been obvious from those high balls sent in that Swinford are winning those. Kevin O'Neill's kick tails right and wide again. 6 points to 4, no change in the scoring. And we have 5.5 minutes left in this first half. The destiny of the 1991 minor title up for grabs today. Michael Smith against O'Neill. Conti colleagues in opposition today. Smith improvising, using his left foot. Sean Burke against Terry McNulty. Coming out, Philip Breslin. Oh, loses the ball inside. Swinford have the overlap here if they can just gain possession. Owen O'Connell running free is Michael Costello, but Jack Kane has whistled up play. Free end for Swinford. Paul Cunny, judging by his effort so far, will be expecting to point this one. Unsuccessful. Those misses that Swinford have clocked up in the latter period of this first half could have a costly influence on the outcome today. Brendan McHugh. Knockmore have changed kickouts. Kick-out taker, it was Declan Sweeney. McHugh. John O'Connor. Paul Gardner tackling. Kevin O'Neill involved in everything that's good from Knockmore. O'Neill, fist pass back to O'Connor, should take the return. No, O'Connor elected to go alone into the corner towards Graham O'Hora. Failing to win it this time, but gets the line ball decision as a measure of compensation. O'Neill across towards Liam McHale. McHale, shot goes up in the air. Jimmy Conlon is there, so is Eamon Highland. Highland has it quickly to Brian Williams. Plenty of time in his hands. Pursuing Knockmore players, Stephen Hannick. Was there two hops there? Referee waves play on. Tomas Burke, we've seen very little of him, although in mitigation it has to be said we've seen very little of Gary Smith as well, his opposite number. Philip Breslin. Jimmy Conlon threads it through towards Stephen Hannick. Diving into the action, Michael Murtagh. David Monaghan tackling, but Michael Murtagh over-carried the ball. Pressurising work benefiting there from Swinford, and now Jack Kane has awarded an extra 10 yards for descent, bringing it into a scoreable position for Kevin O'Neill. "25 yards from the target." Good from O'Neill, 6 points to 5. Knockmore, just 2 minutes away from half time, will, I would imagine, be extremely happy with their first half performance. John Dunn, his fifth kick from the 21-yard line. Paul Cunny, low towards Michael Costello. Free for Swinford. Jack Kane warning Philip Breslin about the nature of that challenge. Cunny's kick from 48 yards. Making the run is Paul Gardner. Cunny elects to go it alone, but yet another wide. He started kicking well, but his efforts have deteriorated a little bit since then. 6 points to 5. Declan Sweeney back to the kick-out duties. Shane Sweeney going high, taking it well. Knockmore forward line getting into this game a lot more than was the case beforehand. Liam O'Neill, or Liam McHale actually, getting around Brian Williams, making the run beside him. Jimmy Conlon, a speedy player. Conlon, good chance for Knockmore, good working through to the corner forward. Monaghan kicks the left foot, there's the equaliser. 6 points apiece, and to compound Swinford's woe, there's a player down injured. Perhaps it's the left corner back, Kieran Hurst. Seemed to take a facial blow. Mentor John Morden just bringing on some first aid equipment, but the talking point of that first half would be Knockmore's great display against a very strong breeze. 6 points each. Kieran Hurst. Just checking. Well, there it is, the half-time whistle. One would imagine that the tails will be up in the Knockmore camp in the second half. 6 points each. Join us in a few moments for what should be a very interesting second half to the Mayo Minor final of 1991. Yeah. Swinford's Michael Murta bursting through, second half just underway. Paul Cunny back to Murta. Swinford playing against that strong breeze, but there seems to be a determination within the team. Paul Cunny, no subs on either team actually for the second half. Cunny going through, a score here would be great for Swinford. Wins the free, or it's a free out actually. Jack Kane saying that he was barging in possession. Kevin O'Neill setting the dummy, but he's overcarried the ball as well. A free for Swinford. Paul Cunny.
Lads, what about the far post? Come on!
Brendan Ryder clearing for Knockmore. Michael Murta slips inside. Liam McHale. Short to Shane Sweeney. Speedy player is Sweeney. Right in towards Stephen Hannick.
Okay, lads, you score that when you're in further, lads. Come on now.
John Dunn with the kick out. It's into a strong breeze. Just wanting to replace the ball.
Come on, Shane, on the kick out. Come on! Jimmy, break!
Kicks it well into the breeze. Liam McHale. Swung around by Paul Cunny. A free just 50 yards from the goal. Kevin O'Neill coming to take it. Steals a yard or two.
John Malvan.
Back here,
Who is it on again?
On a cross goal though. Kept in play by Tom McNamara. Gone wide now. A lackluster opening 3 minutes of the second half. John Dunn again. Shane Sweeney. Good play from Knockmore. Liam McHale settling himself for a shot perhaps. Loses it though. Michael Smith dispossessing. Shane Sweeney and Jimmy Conlon, the two Knockmore players who have plenty of time on their hands. Conlon taking possession to Sweeney. Screws off his boot a little bit across towards Stephen Hannick. Hannick rises, knocks it down. Liam McHale is there, so also is Brian Williams. Comes to Graham O'Hora. Jimmy Conlon takes the shot, hangs in the air. John Dunn comes off his line, takes it into his chest and passes to his cornerback, Paddy Cunny, brother of Paul. It should be a Swinford line ball, indeed it is. Sweeney, or Paddy Cunny's line ball gone out over the line again. That breeze getting very strong, blowing into the faces of the defending Swinford men. Jimmy Conlon right across goal. It's going to hop dangerously for Eamon Highland. Stephen Hannick knocks to Kevin O'Neill. You have to fancy him in a position like this. He takes the point. Actually, it's in the goal. A goal for Knockmore. Kevin O'Neill putting 3 points between the teams. 1-6 to 6 points. You felt that when O'Neill got a ball that close to goal, it spelled danger for the Swinford men. He seemed to have taken his point, but it dropped into the net at the very last moment. Knockmore have taken a 3-point lead. The scoreboard operator doesn't record the score, thinking it was a point, but it is actually 1-6 to 6 points.
Come on now,
John Dunn, that goal has given the game a bit of life it needed. Michael Smith now for Swinford, strong, a persevering type player, sends it in high towards Gary Smith. Corner forward running onto it, falls inside. Terry McNulty there, but Declan Sweeney, the stout-hearted Knockmore defender. Kevin O'Neill calling for it, goes short instead to John O'Connor, known as Jigger to the Knockmore lads, in deference to the great Jigger O'Connor of the same name, played at Roscommon in years gone by. Shane Sweeney, Paul Gardner and Michael Smith. Smith's lying prostrate after that kick. Marty Rockney couldn't keep it in play. Line ball for Swinford. The scoreboard operator has corrected his error. Now it's 1-6 to 6 points for Knockmore. 6.5 minutes into the second half. Knockmore on the burst again. Tom McNamara low to O'Neill. Liam McHale has made the run. O'Neill slow to get down on that ball. Has it now. Jimmy Conlon is running beside him. Passes it to Jimmy. Back to O'Neill perhaps. No, takes the shot himself with the left foot. The breeze not giving him the desired assistance of that kick. John Dunn's kick knocked down by Shane Sweeney. Sweeney trying to get around two Swinford defenders. Back to the ever-available Jimmy Conlon, left-footed. That's better from Jimmy. 1-7 for Knockmore, 6 points for Swinford. The task facing Swinford becoming more difficult with every passing Knockmore scored. Liam McHale. This is Jimmy Conlon on his favoured left foot. Back to McHale, running clear, running through, but kicking wide. 10 minutes gone in the first half. Break there for injury treatment to Michael Murtagh of Swinford. Swinford have made a positional change. Paul Cunny has now gone to centre half forward. Michael Costello gone to midfield. Ball going inside to Gary Smith. He gets it. Clear chance for Smith. Oh, just wide. Swinford obviously hoping that the bigger Costello can get more midfield possession. Cunny should add a bit of breadth and daring to the Swinford attack. 1-7 for Knockmore, 6 points for Bela Hanamuka. Declan Sweeney with the kick out. Top of the toe effort. Kevin O'Neill falls down to Michael Costello. He can't get it, but he wins the free. He was fouled by Jimmy Conlon. Ball kicked away by Liam O'Neill, or by Kevin O'Neill. Jack Kane bring the ball, the position of the free forward, 7 or 8 yards. Paul Cunny will take it. Cunny now. Gary Smith again falls to John O'Connor. This is Michael Murta towering and powering his way through, right inside for Smith again. Smith collects it, lets it fall. He's struggling to hold it though. To the right corner forward, Paul Gardner trying to get a left-footed shot in across the goal. There's Michael Smith, falls instead to a Knockmore man. This is Paul Cunny. Cunny shoots a goal, but the whistle had sounded. Swinford celebrations proving premature there. The whistle had sounded for a free out for Knockmore. Brendan Ryder, the Knockmore player, picking up the injury.
Come on, get working. All right, okay.
Brendan Ryder, Kevin O'Neill, a reprieve a few moments ago for Swinford. O'Neill runs into the stone wall that is Michael Smith. O'Neill across to corner forward for Knockmore. David Monaghan it was. Kevin O'Neill is still picking himself up slowly from the ground in the middle of the field. He was the recipient of a heavy tackle there. This is John Dunn. Liam McHale, but taken instead by Michael Murta, emerging as one of the dominant figures in this second half. Murta soloing, knee bandaged. Battling there for Knockmore is the right half back Sean Burke. A bit of a melee developing. This game is picking up quite a deal in intensity. Philip Breslin is the injured player for Knockmore. Knockmore men rushing from all sides to administer some treatment. Jack Kane is to hop the ball, obviously feeling that player safety was a worry on that occasion. Conlon against Costello. Costello, the Swinford man. Conlon getting his hands on it, losing it instead is Owen O'Connell, but he picked it off the ground. Sean Burke, referee, bringing the play forward. A disputed decision there by Jack Kane. Free taken across towards Liam McHale. Controls it with the foot. He has his full forward, Stephen Hannick inside. Graham O'Hora as well. O'Hora comes out bravely for it, but it's taken, lost again by a Swinford man. A scramble for possession each time the ball comes in around that Knockmore goalmouth. Michael Costello. Brendan Ryder having a great game at corner back. Graham O'Hora could have the speed here ahead of Monaghan for Swinford, but it's gone too far ahead for Graham. It's a wide. Now Jimmy Conlon, Graham O'Hora and Martin Holloran, not Monaghan as I said a few moments ago. Line ball for Knockmore. Shane Sweeney. Jimmy Conlon wants to take it as well. Knockmore mentors telling their players to cool it down. Swinford have failed to score so far in the second half. Sweeney's kick. Stephen Hannick. The umpires ruled for perhaps a square ball, seemed to be the decision he pointed for. John Dunn to take the resultant place kick from the edge of the square. Jimmy Conlon booting it clear. Eamon Hyland against Hannick. Hannick getting clean possession. Across towards Tom McNamara. Turning, but that's gone wide as well. Swinford have just two attackers in the Knockmore half of the field. It's all Knockmore now. Jimmy Conlon. Brian Williams behind. Coming forward, the corner back. Declan Sweeney. Good kick with the right foot. Dropped by Kieran Martin Holloran. It's a 50 for Knockmore. Okay. This is Shane Sweeney. Dropped a bit short. Taken by Michael Smith. High towards Philip Breslin and Michael Costello. Breslin goes up, takes it down. A good centre half back today for Knockmore. Shane Sweeney. Back to Breslin again. Liam McHale is making the run. Breslin showing a sense of adventure, shooting. This is Tom McNamara gaining possession. He's down on the ground though. Picked off the ground according to Jack Kane. It's a free out for Swinford. 13 minutes remaining in this minor final. Dunn's kick out. Taken down by Michael Smith. Tackle from behind. This is Kevin O'Neill now. O'Neill, Shane Sweeney. Cross goal. Graham O'Hora knocks it down. Is there a Knockmore man there? There is indeed. It's the corner forward, David Monaghan. This is Stephen Hannick. Shooting with the right foot. Oh, comes off the upright. Martin Holleran now. Fouled by Graham O'Hora. Quick one to Michael Costello. Misdirected. The substitute, or the corner forward, David Monaghan. Michael Murta. Fouled by Shane Sweeney. Delivery was quick, but not as accurately as Marty Rockney might have liked. Marty Rockney has gone out over the line with the ball. It's Knockmore line ball. David Monaghan, quick ball to Jimmy Conlon. Kevin O'Neill is outside him. O'Neill likes this position. Takes his time, steadies and points. The cheers we hear are for Knockmore, from Knockmore people. There's a Swinford man injured. It's the left corner back, Kieran Hurst. His second occasion receiving treatment in this county final. 1-8 for Knockmore, 6 points for Swinford. Both sets of supporters getting behind their teams now. Hurst still the recipient of treatment. So the injury to Kieran Hurst appears to be rather serious. He's been lying on the ground for 2 minutes now. Knockmore players showing their concern as well at the state of health of the Swinford man.
Come on, Kevin!
If there's a doctor in the congregation, but please come to
the public address announcer calling for a doctor to make himself available. Generous round of applause for Kieran Hurst coming off the Swinford team. That's John Moran, the mentor, helping him off. Into the team comes Sean Rockney at left corner back, a brother of the right half forward Marty, an excellent schools player in years gone by with his primary school, and now in on the Swinford minor team. Can Swinford recover the deficit though? They're 5 points down. The clock says 8 minutes left, but we should have a stoppage. Free in for Swinford. We should have some time added on because of this injury to Kieran Hurst. Now the free taker is Paul Cunny. Obviously hoping to target big Gary Smith again. Comes across the goal. Marty Rockney and Paul Gardner battling there. Here's Tomas Burke, who's carried a hand injury into today's game. Gary Smith there. Here's John Jigger O'Connor. Left-footed kick. Paddy Cunny. Tackling is Liam McHale. Shane Sweeney adding his efforts, but it results in a Swinford free. Paul Cunny wants to take a quick lead. Very few options presenting themselves to Paul. High, Michael Smith there for Swinford. This is Declan Sweeney. There was a foul blow struck and a free awarded now to Knockmore. John Jigger O'Connor is all alone on the swing. Ball played to him. Chasing is Michael Costello. Paul Gardner is Marty Rockney. O'Connor gets in his clearance. A high one inside towards the full forward. Stephen Hannick, Eamon Hyland behind him. This is the centre half back, Michael Murtagh. Quickly, well delivered towards Michael Costello. It's a bit more difficult for Costello than he had thought. Knocks it clear though to Marty Rockney. Marty, Costello's in the middle. Paul Cunny is making himself available. Here's Costello. Cunny is the man on his left. This is Paul now. Winning possession. Seemed to take a blow to the head. Getting up quickly inside towards his left quarter forward. Owen O'Connell. Oh, he shot a bit quickly. Didn't steady himself and take time to direct his effort a little better. Knockmore weathering that storm. Is there any more storm left in Swinford? Another substitute coming on the Swinford team. It's 16, Jerry Groark. Jack Kane hasn't spotted him yet. Groark has made a unnecessary run right across the far side of the pitch. Now Philip Breslin in high. Stephen Hannick knocks it down to the danger man O'Neill. Sells the typical dummy, kicks it high. Graham O'Hora will do well to keep this one in place. Stephen Hannick helps him out, but it's gone wide according to the umpire. 24 minutes, 39 seconds on the clock, but we can expect a few extra minutes because of that unfortunate injury to Kieran Hurst. Yeah, that's all that. Some energy off the ball between Philip Breslin and Paul Cunny. Swinford trying to make some changes in the forward line. Off the team comes Owen O'Connell, in comes Jerry Groark. Paul Cunny seems to be taking up a more left wing role, but they want a better direction of passes than that from Terry McNulty. Jerry Groark is the left full forward. This is Brendan Ryder, impervious at cornerback today for Knockmore. High towards Stephen Hannick and Eamon Hyland. Hannick knocks it down. Jimmy Conlon, Michael Murtagh, Michael Costello's on his right. Just one of three Swinford players wearing headbands. Obviously the fad of the town in Bailaghan and Wicca. This is Gary Smith and Osborne coming across. A tremendous challenge, putting him right out over the sideline, but referee says the charge was illegal. Burke and Smith having a little bit of hassle. The free is going Swinford's way, despite the linesman giving the line ball decision. Right across goal from Smith. Here's number 12, McNulty. Kick taken on the line by the goalkeeper Brendan McHugh, only as far as the county minor Michael Smith. Charging through, a lot of steps, settling, blocked by Jigger O'Connor, and Jigger makes good his efforts on that occasion with a tremendous clearance up towards Murtagh. Knocked down by Monaghan. Here's Hannick. Jack Kane says it's a free for a foul on Murtagh. An exciting conclusion to the county final. Swinford still to score in the second half. 3 minutes 15 seconds left on the clock. It's in the hands of Jack Kane, what we actually will have because of those stoppages. This is Paul Gardiner. Gardiner trying to get around Brendan Ryder, fouled. Play becoming a little bit more scrappy now. Paul Cunny wants to take it off the ground. Michael Costello appears to be playing at centre half forward again for Swinford. He's made a run short for Cunny. Dallying over this kick out. You'd swear to the Swinford lads who are winning. This is Brendan Ryder yet again. The Knockmore defence covering itself in glory thus far, but there are a few moments left yet. Michael Murtagh having a great game for Swinford. This is Paul Cunny. Correction, there are 4 players on the Swinford team wearing headbands. That's immaterial now as Paul Cunny goes through. Lots of steps. Penalised for over carrying the ball. Tom Burke missed out on his bid to get an All-Ireland medal. Might get a county minor medal to compensate. John O'Connor having a great game at right left half back. Hannick Highland is there for Swinford. Here's Sean Rockney, the youngest player on the pitch at the moment. Rockney soloing clear, getting his clearance out towards Paddy Cunny. Paddy runs into Philip Breslin. Inside towards the sub, Jerry Groark, but Jimmy Conlon should have the power to get that one. Michael Murta batting it down again, an inspirational performance. He must be expecting a little bit more from his forward line though. Murta to Michael Costello. Murta continuing his run. Costello trying to go past Philip Breslin. Knocks it inside, but Brendan Ryder successful there again. Quick free to Shane Sweeney. Running on his right, Sean Burke. Sweeney is a speedy player. He takes the return. Kevin O'Neill is calling inside, orchestrating what's happening in the forward line. Sweeney kicks with the right foot. Stephen Hennig can't keep it in play. Swinford still battling. This is Kieran Holleran, I think, or perhaps Paul Cunny. Free quickly to Michael Costello. Terry McNulty on his right. High, heavily bandaged inside towards Gary Smith. Jerry Groark is there, but Declan Sweeney, the third member of a resolute, strong and unbeatable Knockmore full back line, clearing that one out towards eventually to Kevin O'Neill. Back to Shane Sweeney, having a big say in what's happening in the second half. All alone inside is Tom McNamara. Overlap here for Knockmore. McNamara, perhaps sensibly so, taking the point. 1-9 to 6 points. You have to fancy Knockmore at this juncture. 30.5 minutes left. Or gone actually. There's 30.5 minutes gone in the second half. A few minutes of added time can be anticipated. But the jizz seems to be gone out of the Swinford challenge at this stage. John Dunn. Michael Murta. Blocked by Jimmy Conlon. Across towards Kevin O'Neill. Conlon continuing his run. O'Neill should be able to do it on his own. Swung around by Sean Rockneen. Fouled by Sean Rockneen. O'Neill stands up, takes a look at the target. Stopped though by Eamon Highland. Perhaps a more cautious approach from Kevin O'Neill would have been advisory there. Now, Kieran Holleran. Running into a lot of trouble, put out over the line. But Jack Kane says it's a free for Kieran for a misdemeanor. Holleran to Gary Smith. Running is Paul Gardner. Tom Burke coming with his strong physical presence against Smith, right across goal. Taken by Sean Burke, lets it fall. Terry McNulty. This is the number 10, Marty Rockneen. He's swung around. It's a free for Swinford. They really need a goal at this juncture. Can Rockneen be the man to take it or to get it? He's going to take the free off the ground, which would signify a willingness to settle for the point. Underneath me, long-serving Knockmore player Eugene McHale goes by, looking at his watch. Swinford have pulled back a point, 1-9 to 7. 32 minutes, 14 seconds played in this second half. But barring a minor miracle, it looks like Knockmore's title yet again. They've won. There it is, Knockmore, champions for 91. Delighted Knockmore players hugging each other, relishing the victory, 1-9 to 7. Swinford will rue those missed chances in the first half, but it was a very good first half display by Knockmore against that breeze, which set them up for today's victory. 1-9 for Knockmore, 7 points for Swinford. The title goes to North Mayo. Can I go on his presentation? Okay.